It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Miami as the Heat go up against the Chicago Bulls. And guys, for the Bulls, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. All right, guys, topic of the day. There was a stat that came out that was really interesting. Until last season, every NBA Finals in the last 15 years included either Duncan, Kobe, or Wade. Kenny, do you think Wade's impact on the NBA has gone underrated?
On the road looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Chicago Bulls are ready for this thing to get started. We're in Miami for some Heat basketball. This hometown crowd ready to go. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at the Bulls. Rajon Rondo is out there with Dwayne Wade. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Mirotic, and it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. Johnson against Wade. Here's Mirotic. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Mirotic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state. But what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years. But he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
Now the Bulls with it. Here's Mirotic. Bosh with some nice D. Winslow kicks to Bosh. Winslow with it. He's picked up by Lopez.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Right side, good.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Right now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Erik Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
We talked about their defensive game plan, and he said, for Dwayne Wade, you've got to make him a jump shooter and not bite for his pump fakes. When you do that, it's a foul or he's going to go right by you for the dunk. Kevin, Wade known for that deadly shot fake. We'll see if they can stay disciplined.
Thanks, Doris. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. It's Dragic with the drive. No good from 11 feet.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Bosh kicks to Dragic. Bosh, a screen on Rondo. Stolen by Wade. Unhindered, going, oh!
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. And here are the Heat now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And the jam by Whiteside.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
You look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark. They won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Derek Williams checked in for Whiteside. Wright comes in for Winslow. And it's Richardson in for Tyler Johnson. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good play. And speaking of the intangibles for Robin Lopez, he's great at boxing out for rebounds and setting screens offensively. Again, things that there really aren't stats that are kept, but those are ways you can impact the game. And those are the kind of plays that often go overlooked.
Shots good by Gibson.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Here's Wright following the score by Taj Gibson. And yes, sir, that one drops. Dragic has got his first points of the game.
And Lopez, or as they like to call him, Rolo, an elite rim protector. Just a really good shot blocker, but he doesn't chase block. He just challenges every shot inside without fouling.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Dragic against Rondo. And it's Dragic off the drive. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard, a lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy, coveted by many.
He really is. And Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the 3, or just taking it to the rack himself.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Bosh, the screen. Dragic kicks to Williams. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 4 assists in the game.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Lets it go with the 3.
Give it up for your Heat Dancers.
And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively. 2 huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Winslow is out there with Johnson. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Richardson in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Now, here's Whiteside. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Johnson, that's for 2, and he drops that one in. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter.
You know, Bosh was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game. Now
here's Johnson. tries from 16. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And injuries are something that you can't plan for, but you can prepare for them. And hopefully the Heat can avoid injury woes this season. If they can, they at least have players who have been through that struggle last year.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Robin Lopez is checked in for Gibson. Mirotic comes in for Portis. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Now here's Johnson. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Whiteside, the pass to Richardson. Kicks it out to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from the wing. Miami no good on that time either.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Lopez, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Richardson, no luck.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
They get a hand on it. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. And the shot is good. Now it's a 7-point Bulls lead.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Dwayne Wade continues, Clark, to change his game as he gets older. I admire the way guys can do that. Their head says one thing, but their body kind of tells them another.
And you have to give in to your body as you age, that's for sure. Used to attack the rim all the time. Now it's mid-range jumper heavy.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Chris Bosh is checked in for Whiteside. Derek Williams comes in for Johnson. Darrell Wright's checked in for Winslow. And it's Dragic in for Richardson. Lopez with the ball. And Bosh picks him up defensively. Here's Butler in the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And for Wade and his change in style, I really felt it was a necessity. Guys his age can't continue to hit the floor as often as he's used to and expect to make it all the way through the season.
Butler goes in. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Butler's got the lead up to 7 now for the Bulls.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now here's Williams. Here's Bosh. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And, you know, in general, back to Wade now. All the greats evolve and add to their games as their careers move forward. The best way to stay relevant in the NBA is by adding to your game and honing your skills.
Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. Had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
The Heat trail by 7. Johnson outside. It's stolen by Wade. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. Here's Mirotic, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You know, the Heat never really came back after losing Bosh. His presence on both ends of the floor is hard to replace, and they missed him a bunch.
And it's Dragic off the drive. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Wade with the ball and finished off by McDermott.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Dragic against Butler. Now here's Dragic. He's tightly guarded. Kicks it to Bosh. And the first half is now in the